What's up? This is Frankie from Emmure. You're listening to Into the Pit on 98 KUPD.
Hey, I'm Marcus Meg from 98 KUPD and Into the Pit, here backstage at the Trespass America Festival right now, hanging out with Frankie from Emmure. How you doing today, man?
Good to see you. What's going on?
Oh, not too much. Back on the new album, Speaker of the Dead, is it?
Sure.
You got your new drummer. Is it a little different on this album because the last one you had all pre-programmed and everything, having a live drummer?
You know what it is that a lot of bands take the route of programming drums mostly just to save time and money. That's what it was. Like I'm not going to say that live drums is obsolete because it's not. I obviously we have a live drummer and it's such a huge part of the show and he's a heartbeat of the band and everything. But when it comes down to being in the studio and wanting to creatively take control of all your time, sometimes it's better to, like I said, cut corners. And so on Speaker of the Dead, it was kind of like we wanted to give our drummer Mark the opportunity to go and put his tracks down. I was saying because honestly he's got an amazing resume of albums he's done. So to have him in the band is just such a blessing for us, because he's so talented. And we're just like, yo, man, do your thing. And he nailed every track in one day. So
nice.
No, really, he did. So talk about saving money and time.
Oh yeah, just get a true professional drummer.
Exactly.
That'll save you plenty of time.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
Do you guys all come together collectively to write, or do you because I know sometimes bands are split up here and there from living in different towns, and they actually write email back and forth and send stuff.
Yeah, that happens a lot with us. I mean, there's been certain times where, we've all been together, written a record, and that's had its own kind of special touch to it too. But the older we get, and the more our touring schedule is busy. When we're home, we're home. So we're not really commuting as much. So email and sending each other tracks definitely is a huge, awesome thing for us to be able to do. And I mean, I think that has a lot to do with the fact that technology now is so good that if my guitar player wrote a riff and wrote all this awesome stuff on his computer and it sends it to me, it sounds like $1 million. Dude, there's a track. You know what I'm saying? Great. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much I'd love to send you a track, but you got to come here and play it in my studio first. You know what I'm saying? So thank God the information age has allowed us to go that route. So yeah, that's definitely something we do sometimes to write the album.
Have you seen while you're on stage anything just so crazy that you're just like, oh my God, that just happened in front of me?
I've seen all sorts of things, man. I've seen people hurt themselves too much. I've seen titties and people crying, and I mean, hopefully
not the same person with the titties and crying.
Sometimes it's both. Sometimes and that makes it for an even better show. I don't know. It's hard to say, man. I pay close attention to the audience a lot, but it's mostly just people having a good time. What can I say? That's what I see for the most part.
How do you mainly choose the set list before you go up?
We're very, very conscious of what we play because we want songs that translate well live. There are some songs on an album that when we go through the song live, the energy just isn't the same. We want to play music that when we get on stage, we not only are performing it to its best, but you're entertained by it. You know what I mean? So we want to play songs that are high energy, that even if it was your first time hearing it, you could understand and pick up what we're about. So that's kind of I think where we specialize, especially as a live band, is that we're able to take certain songs from our records and then go play them live, and they just resonate so well. So that's how we build the set. Just what's going to be the most fun thing to play for everybody.
Yeah. And I know you already mentioned it online and talked about it, but do you want to bring a little closure to the Cold Soul?
Closure. There's no closure.
It was up and it was down real quick.
Here's the thing. I did a few interviews about this already, but
I know, I'm sure you're sick.
No, I'm not at all. I'm glad people have noticed it now, because that really, I want everyone to know, is the big joke. You all noticed. That's the joke. I did something, and now you care. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people in the world doing stuff, and nobody cares.
Right.
You get it? And so, I can see what button I pushed. I think it's just more or less the fact that I pushed the button, and then the button decides that they're mad at me. You know what I'm saying? It's just they played into my hand completely.
It's the collective mob mentality. It was mainly a lot to get the attention and bring the awareness.
Yes, it was I made controversial material. Mm-hmm. You are the one who cared,
and you aren't the first either.
I'm not. Exactly.
Everyone's made controversial material.
It really is really funny looking back on how it all played out. Because I think maybe if I hadn't shut the store down and kind of like paid attention to how people were feeling, I don't think anyone would have really cared. I think if I kept the store open, they would have been like, oh, but you're a dick. Well, but the fact that I made the move to kind of like counteract or like see what it would happen if I did is what really made the impact. And now people from all over the fucking world hit me up for like, yo, where can I get your shirts?
Yeah,
I
know.
Like,
do you still have the shirts?
Yes,
yes, sell them?
yes. And I plan on bringing like a more exclusive boutique attitude back to the line, so that people who are actually interested in and want to be kind of like down with what I'm about, it'll be exclusive to them. So people don't have to worry about like it becoming some kind of like cheesy like hole in the wall kind of thing. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be like that. I grew up being like aware of brands and like seeing all these different companies come and go, especially like when you get down to like streetwear companies or like underground clothing companies. There's always some kind of agenda, and like, some of the most like craziest shirts I've seen have been from brands that no one's ever heard of, like things that are just like, man, who would make a shirt like that? It's all art, and that's what people need to realize in general, is that like you say you love art, but you are gonna kill it by not letting it live. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let it breathe, like, let it do its thing. Like, if you truly feel offended by something, look the other way.
That's what I think the problem is. No one wants to talk about certain things, so they just shut everything down right away before the discussion can actually evolve.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It really is, and I hope that one day the collective consciousness of Earth, of people in general, can understand that like it's so much bigger than us, man. And you want to focus on all these earthly things that make you upset and bother you. It's just like, get out of my face, dude.
Yeah, you look up at the stars, how insignificant everything is.
Come on, dude. Yeah, like, hating on my hustle, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, and that's like I said, like, to bring back what I said, like, it all played into my hand, because that's what it is essentially for me. It is like catharsis for me. It's like it's a form of art that I enjoy, and it's a way for me to, kind of like do me and just kind of like get ahead in life, period. I think that to hate on me for that is just like sad, real sad, you know what I'm saying? So let them hate.
Yeah.
Let 'em hate, no problem.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Go
Thank
enjoy
you.
the rest of your day.
I will. Peace out.